The Veteran Project. 4 vets, 5 vets.
We are not responsible for any trauma, PTSD, tinnitus, or flashbacks during this podcast.
Hooray!
What's going on, everybody? I am Jeff, a.k.a. Johnny Cash, the host of The Veteran Project. Behind the scammy net in here, we got our producer. Sometimes he likes to take a little snoozy poo during this because you can get a little bored. But we got Jay.
What's up, everybody? Listen, I don't be snoozing back here.
Nah, I don't know what's going on back
Man
there.
behind the scenes making the magic happen for y'all. So,
Hell yeah.
but we got a more important person here with us today.
And so, before we get into this, I always start my podcasts plain and simple.
Straightforward.
It's very straightforward. There's a hard swear word in there, though. But, who the fuck are you?
I'm fucking Graybush.
You fucking Graybush.
See, I was going to go like this. Hey, can we swear?
Oh,
But,
well,
you know.
Listen, okay, so the swearing, okay?
Yeah, keep it limited, right?
Nah, let him fly.
We do the best we can.
Okay.
Because otherwise, Jay's going to be going beep, 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 like fucking Morse code.
Not a problem.
So,
Just want to say good morning to all my veterans out there. I'm a fellow veteran. And top of the day to all my Bronze Star winners out there. You guys are bad asses when it comes to working computers. So. Sorry, I've been 10 years waiting to say that, you know?
yeah. Oh, dude. You know, it's fun. So, like I said, I just recently went to this retirement ceremony out in California. Right. And, you know, so during the little reception that we had, we all got up to say something. And I looked right at my old platoon sergeant who retired. And I was like, man, I really fucking hated you. But I obviously had to explain why. It's because he made us do stuff that we didn't want to do.
Right.
You know, but ultimately it is stuff that saved us. You know, it brought us back home.
Yep.
And, you know, and I even looked at my old platoon commander, who's now a lieutenant colonel for the infantry training battalion out west. And I told him I fucking hated him too. But, you know, it was the repetition that all these guys gave me and the other guys in my platoon,
Right.
that caused me to hate them so much. But, you know, I'm 34 years old, and I realize now how grateful I am for their leadership.
Yeah, you know, my LT over in Iraq, he was the greatest lieutenant you could ever have. We get there, boots on the ground, sometime in March 2nd, I think, and he gathers our platoon. I think I was at 2nd Platoon, yeah. 2nd Platoon, he goes, listen, I'm getting married in 12 months. I'm going to be on Facebook. And he names off all these websites because he bought a house, he's got to furnace it. Mm-hmm. He goes, it's going to take me 12 months to do all this, so you ain't going to see me. He goes, I got your back if you leave me the fuck alone. That's what he said. And we're like, oh, so you're not going out on missions? He goes, no, you're not listening to me. He goes, I ain't leaving this office. I ain't putting no blouse on. I'm wearing a T-shirt. It's air conditioned. He goes, but if you need anything, I got your back. Mm-hmm. I used him. I had to go with this theory. And so I said, all right. About 6 months into my tour, got hit by a little popper IED left side. And when an IED goes off, at least with us, you know, we stay, we mark, we call it in. You know, you want to let the people behind you know what's going on. Yep. And my convoy commander, he was trying to outrun a sandstorm, so he goes, we'll call it in later. Well, he doesn't call it in later. I got no mirror. I got no window on the driver's side. I was on the passenger side. I made the other guy drive because there was more protection on the right side of the truck. Yeah. It's only normal. I outranked him. You know, I'm more important. But anyways,
up.
my LT was true to what he said. You know, I went and talked to him about the whole situation, and he squared away the convoy commander and assistant convoy commander, and then he went back to his office and went on Facebook again. So I had the greatest LT in the world.
Dude, it's amazing, like, the impact that, you know, leadership from so long ago. And, you know, it's like I said, I'm just realizing a lot of the stuff now. And, you know, you had some LTs that kind of just ride out the storm, you know. They're just, you know, they're friggin' gun-ho, fresh out of OCS, and they just, you know, whoa, well, it's in the book that this. It's like, well, sir, in the book, that doesn't fucking work. Okay, and like with the buddy rushing, that, you know, because back in training, it was all for, like, it's all conventional warfare and 3-TAC-11. And and I was talking to my platoon commander. I was like, yeah, I remember you always had us buddy rushing. And then the first second we got shot at, it was like, yeah, fuck this. We ain't buddy rushing. We're just fucking Medal of Honor running it.
Isn't it funny, man? That's, you know, in all honesty, training. Let's just hit on training. You know, you're stateside. You're training.
Yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden, all right, you're going to deploy. But all the training is when you go out and train. The F-bombs out there, and you're miserable. You go through the training, though, because the LT or the captains are always around, you know, making sure you do your job. And you know what? It's incredible how it wasn't BS.
Yeah.
Because when the shit hit the fan, it was like automatic.
Yeah.
You reacted automatic. You did your job, and that's the couch below. I wasn't farting. Okay,
He's ripping ass over there.
There you go. I left that at home with my wife. So yeah, and I was surprised, man. I was like, "Holy shit! Did I do that?" And I remember I jumped on the because the radio, the Harris, remember the Harris radios?
Yes.
Yeah, and I called in these coordinates on a position, and then because we're in convoy, the face of the clock just rotates around and around and around and everything. But it was amazing that it was automatic.
Yeah.
You know, and I tried to explain that to people, civilians, just what I told you, just that little bit. You know, like how training kicks right in. They don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, wow, it's amazing, man. It still blows my mind to this day.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Now, so I'm going to get into about, you know, who you are. Now, you were in the Marines.
I was.
What years did you go into the Marines?
Way back in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, 81, 87, and that was good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Cold War sucked if you weren't deployed somewhere. Because you had just mentioned it. You get these guys right out of Quantico, these LTs. You know, I don't know how many years in, 3 or 4 years in, one time, walking across the parade deck, heading to the battalion. I remember going from my barracks to the battalion, across the parade deck, and this second lieutenant stops me. And what's he been in? Less than a year?
Where's my salute? It's like, fuck you, sir.
No, he was more into leftover right Marine.
Oh,
and I'm looking at him. I go, huh? He goes, leftover right, your boots. He made me sit on the parade deck, take the boots off and go left over right. And I said, all right, that's it. They want to play this game? So I took my revenge out on a first. Never do that to a first sergeant. Take your revenge out. Yeah, it doesn't work. But first sergeant, captain, you know, flash, go forward a little bit. Coming across the parade deck again, I see this captain and first sergeant coming right at me. So I sidestep, I really sidestep, and I keep walking. I walk right by the captain without saluting him. And the first sergeant screams at me, Marine, don't you salute officers? And I looked right at him. I go, I'm more than 13 paces away, first sergeant. I don't have to salute. And that captain whipped around and he goes, he got you there, first sergeant.
Dude, we get so belligerent with like all the LTs and whatever, all the officers on base. And like, cause he just gets so it's like, oh, good morning, sir. And then we were like,
Yep.
you know what, we're gonna get belligerent.
Gonna do
Good
it.
morning, sir. Like yelling as
Yeah,
loud as
yeah,
you can,
yeah,
just to embarrass them. You know, you don't know if you're feeling their ego or what, but like, you know what? Fuck these guys. I'm gonna salute them as
so
loud as I can.
Yeah, you've been to Okinawa?
I haven't, no.
Oh, all right. Yeah, beautiful island. Anyways, we did what you did. We all got, I guess you call it belligerent, yeah. And we see this fucking lieutenant coming at us from the chow hall, and there's like 10 of us. We get about 6 feet away from us. Then the guy's going like, oh, I just got saluted. Then all of a sudden, he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, and he keeps, oh man, just the games you play just to pass out. It's almost like you sign up to get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
The funny thing is like I remember we were talking to when we were overseas because we were at Camp Dwyer, and before we did our push, and you have all these Army lieutenants walking around, Air Force lieutenants walking around. We asked our platoon commander flat out, like, are we supposed to salute them? He's like, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but yes, you're supposed to salute them, but
God.
I'm not fucking saluting them.
Yeah. You said you just got back from Coronado, right?
Yeah,
At
yes.
San Diego.
Yep.
All right. San Diego is Coronado for me. I even my last I went there right before I headed out to Iraq, and I'm walking around the base, and it's all Navy,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God, do I salute these guys or who do I salute? I don't know. Here I am, a jarhead, and even in the Army, when I was in the Army, I knew our ranks.
Yeah.
Army, Marine Corps, same,
Yeah.
basically. And I didn't know. So I spent 5 days saluting probably E1s. I really don't know. I didn't care. I said, you know what? All I care about is getting to 4:30 and fucking drinking, man.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Anyone walk by me, ma'am, sir,
Yeah.
I don't care. You can correct me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as I don't, you don't put me on barracks restriction and I can't drink,
It's funny the way that the rank blends in with the camis so bad, because you won't realize like a sergeant major's rank until you're like 3 feet away
Yep,
from him,
yep.
and he's like, "Well, why didn't you address me earlier?" It's like, dude, I can't see your rank, dude. You got this black chevron on
Yeah.
camis that have black on it. Like how
Can't
how
see
am
it.
I, dude? I'm not wearing fucking MVGs, you know.
I
So-
know. It used to be. That's funny. I used to like when it was on right here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I got dressed down once.
I loved having them on my collars.
This major. Oh man, I just wanted to. I came out of the chow hall and I'm looking down, and I flipped to the left. I don't know why I was looking down, but but all of a sudden I hear from behind me. I hear this sweet voice, female. Hello, Sergeant Spagna. And I went, oh. I go, hi. I don't see that she's a major. You just don't see it here.
Yeah.
Oh my God! In front of everyone, she taught me the proper way to salute an officer, and this is probably, I don't know. I had maybe a month or two left overseas, and I'm like, really? This, I mean, it's like my battalion sergeant major. Oh my God! Here we are. We run convoys for a year, and. Driving the hets, we're going through the serpentines, at every base.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got two weeks left, and Sergeant Major, Battalion Sergeant Major decides we need to do serpentine training. We haven't done that. And we're all like, you realize for 12 months that every time we go to a camp, we go through serpentines? And he goes, yeah, but you didn't do it the book way.
Yeah.
Like, it's like. All right, whatever. I'm talking too much. Go
No,
ahead,
dude, you're
man.
good, man.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking send it.
Yeah.
So what year did you said you got out in Marines in 19?
87 was the contract was up. Goodbye. I was a Lance Corporal. I made Corporal once.
Yeah. You're not a Marine if you don't lose rank.
Well, yeah, I've heard that you're not a good Marine. I take it you lost some rank.
Oh yeah.
No, oh yeah, no. It was, yeah. If you don't go up and down the rank structure at least once, and I tell you what, if you're in the National Guard, you're not going to lose your rank if you're in the clique. And I couldn't. I tried to get into that clique, and I wasn't allowed to make staff sergeant.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. Did you have page 11 entries in your SRB as a Marine? Did they change? You know what I'm talking about?
I had several things
All right, you have your Article 15
on why I lost rank. So,
Well, the
I mean,
first
I went from
time,
an E3 to an E1 to an E3 again in 2 years. So,
I think I was, I was a Lance Corporal the first time I lost rank because I came back from the E Club on Pendleton.
Mm-hmm.
I was shit-faced, and I went into the wrong barracks, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But they had this frigging, I don't know if you ever seen the KISS coffin. It converts it to, they had that thing, it was something like that, full of like 15 to 20 cases of beer. And I'm in hog heaven now. Well, what I didn't know and didn't realize, I'm not stupid. I realized after, minutes later after I got in there, there was a hell of a lot of cocaine and pot going on.
oh wow.
Yeah, they just having a party, and the MPs came. Someone knocked on us, and
Fucking rats.
so 10 of us got arrested, and they lined us up to take piss tests, and I'm the only one who pissed clean. The other 9, some was sent to CC, some was sent to the break. You guys had CC too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that sucked. But I was clean. So I get called into my first sergeant's office. He goes, well, you didn't piss hot. He goes, but, drinking is illegal in the barracks. And I looked at him. I go, hey, Top. I go, everyone drinks.
Yeah.
I go, you put me on guard duty, and I drink still beer because I used to fill up my canteens with beer. Don't ever do a plastic beer walking around. Just sucks.
Yeah.
But anyways, and I told him I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, I don't want to bust you, but I have to. The other 9 came from this company. Their first sergeant is pissed that he's losing 9 guys to the brig, and you're gonna walk scot-free. So they gave me what's called the page 11 entry, and it basically it says in my SRB that I hung around known drug users and this and that, and I go, what does this mean? He goes, and if you don't sign it, I got a Article 15 and take your money. If you do sign it, you could stay in the Marine Corps. You're just going to be an E3. No one's going to want to promote you, man.
Yeah.
Because they're going to look at that page.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I forget the whole point of this whole thing, but it was fucking a good little talk we just had.
I know it's like the standards of like the Marine Corps from the 80, well, from way before us. The change of Marines is very dramatic. It's like we were just saying before this. It's like, okay, well, the World War II guys hated the Vietnam guys coming in. Vietnam guys hated the friggin', and it's like so on and so forth. And it's like, okay, but now we're in 2024. Can we fight a war? Like, do people still have that same drive? Like when we all joined, Jay and I, it was, post 9/11. I joined in 2008. Jay, you joined in 07.
Yeah.
So but like now there's no wars going on.
Right.
And I flat out asked my old platoon commander this weekend, and I'm like, how are you keeping Marines prepared for a war? They're like, dude, we're just training them. Yeah, we have to go to the old school garrison ways, uniform inspection, stuff like that, because we are at peacetime, but we're trying to do the best we can with their training to keep them active, keep them focused on what the mission could be.
Yeah, what it could turn out to be. You don't mind if I interrupt you there,
Dude,
right?
go ahead.
Like before we headed out, we we did a double mob. It sucked. We did one down the Cape, which was cool. Camp Edwards. And they brought in, I forget, 10th Mountain to train us, infantry. We're a bunch of truck drivers.
Yeah.
We're professionals. Professionals are drinking too, you know. So I keep saying drinking, but I've been sober 3 years now.
Hell yeah,
9
brother.
months, 15 days, 16 hours. You know the deal.
I like it.
Yeah, and anyways, but it's just what you said. You know, they I forget what you said.
We were talking about like the generations of that are coming on, and
Oh yeah. So they're teaching us everything, and then you know how to properly stack up. Never put yourself on the corner of a building because a bullet travels a straight line always. You know, I use that theory with my son and all his kids. They're in my house playing with airsoft guns and everything.
Yeah.
I go, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. You don't even know how to stack up, you know? And you're going to take one right between the eyes. You're sitting that close to the, well, I taught them how to properly come back a few feet.
Yeah.
And boom, and they got it. They got it. And then they never came over my house again. I was too busy playing with them. But anyways.
man, Grandpa's crazy.
Yeah. But, yeah, things change. And who did I hear? Maybe it was my son. I don't know. He's 25 now. I forget. But it's a drone war now. I think you guys, the man behind this stuff here, there, Jay, myself, regardless of what we went through, whether it was boredom
Yeah.
for 9 months or 12 months, you're over there. You still got to do your job, which we all know sucks, but we all miss it. Well, I would think some of us miss it anyways. But, you know, there really wasn't, drones weren't that, the predators were active, I know that.
Yes.
But they're not going to throw a bunch of predators out to shit, right? Or the enemy, they don't have them, but they got drones. We all shouldn't be here. If we took where we were in 2000, I don't know, say 2007 to 2014.
Yeah.
Bring us all into 2024, run those same roads or cross those same dikes and berms and shit like that. Maybe half of us wouldn't come home whole or alive. Because it's a war of drones.
Yeah, no, dude, that I mean, whenever we were out on patrol, you could hear the drone flying over, you know, and like you couldn't see it, it was way the fuck, but you could hear it, and it was good to have that, especially if we got contact, because we were able to, like, point out, okay, we see the Taliban, you know,
Right.
900 meters from your position over in the tree line to the northwest. And it's like, okay, they're over there, but I still don't see them. They're like, oh, well, they're pushing back now because, you know, they just fire, some pop shots and then run off, you know.
Yeah, aggravating, ain't it?
Oh.
It's like stand up and fight.
Every day. At least twice a day it was like that. And it's like, okay, well, then we started just getting, belligerent and would just drop mortars over there. So.
Oh, my God, I wish.
That's the word of the day.
Belligerent. Okay, all right. So, you know, I got to tell you my first combat experience.
Oh, let's hear it,
It's
man.
awesome, man. Okay, it really is.
You get a chub?
What's that? Oh, Jesus, man. I tell you, during the firefight, it was something, man. But the best part is 1 hour after it. So anyways, we're going south on Tampa. And I see in the distance, it just orange, just fucking orange on both sides of the road.
Yep.
But it was mostly coming from the right to the left. And then I saw why, because there was another convoy headed north, all tankers. Mm-hmm. But I guess the gentleman on the right with their guns said, hey, there's Gray Bush's truck. Now, I got to joke about it because it is funny. The first gun truck goes through the haze of orange, and then our navigating truck, he goes through. And then they just turned everything on me and Steve. That was my buddy. And I'm like, fuck, man. and he's got our truck right in the middle of the highway, and he's screaming, "I ain't moving this fucking truck. I ain't going left. I ain't going left. They're gonna push us into an IED." And I just look at him, and I go, "Do you know behind every orange bug there's 6 more you don't see?" He just looks at me. He goes, "You're a fucking asshole too, Spagna." And I'm like, going, "Oh my God, man!" Now, here's the best part. We're in Hetz. And you got about 1.5 inches that you can open up your window.
Yeah.
You can't even get your fucking muzzle through there. And him too. And I go, "Hold on to your ears, buddy." And he's like, "No. I go, "How much is it worth?" There was nothing we could do.
Yeah.
Right? So I jump on this. I jump on the radio, and I ask for gun truck help. There's 3 gun trucks with 3 big guns on it. They're behind us, and they're not coming up. And I asked a second time. I said, "Dude, we're in a fucking hornet's nest. This sucks. I need some help up here." No one's coming up. No one's firing. Okay, we get out of the kill zone, and we hit this one little shitty truck stop called Scania, and I tell Steve, I go, we get into the. It really is a small little. Just a place to eat, sleep, and get some fuel. I go, "Take care of the truck, fix, repair any windows that need repairing, and all that." He goes, "Where are you going?" I said, I got to go somewhere. I'll be right, I'll find you. I found, at that point, we were about an hour from contact.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the way up there, I am jacked up to here with adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Steve. And we're like, "Man, that's fucking crazy." Blah, 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 blah. We get there. He's taking care of the trucks. And all of a sudden, the adrenaline leaves.
Yeah.
And then 20 pounds of your inside leaves with it. And that was my first combat experience. I was like, "Oh my God, man." I couldn't leave. The funny thing about it, I must have been in there so long, is that when I came out of the portage yard, the door next to me opened, and it was my buddy Steve.
Yeah.
It was so funny, man.
Dude, it's funny. Like, you look at some of those videos, like out in Iraq and all that
Yeah.
shit, and they're like, "So, what'd you think of that firefighter?" I shit myself.
Exactly, You get back to the rear and everything, and you see these movies and everything where people come back from combat. They're all like, "Look at me" and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Don't look at me. I gotta take a shower. I got shit on my legs." Oh my God, you're bringing back so many memories that I'm gonna have a great time when I go home today.
Hell yeah, man. I like it. I like it, and like, that's the point of this, it's just to talk, reminisce. And
It's almost like it's like therapy. Like,
It is therapy.
Like, my wife doesn't know this shit I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
And she is such a supporter, like your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife is so fucking cool. I don't talk to her too much,
Yeah.
so tell her, "Hey, Ray Bush really does like you."
Yeah,
but-
my wife, she is a saint. She is the
Yep.
saint in my life.
Did you tell everyone that you got your first house this year?
Yeah, so.
Oh, you did.
Well, it's a year the other day that
Okay.
we got our house.
All right,
So-
and you did your property tax with the town?
Yeah.
I got to throw this shit out.
So we finally just got it thing back in the mail, because I went back in July to put in for that.
Right, yeah.
And I
yeah.
just last week got a thing in the mail saying that I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
all right. So they're going to give you an abatement on your property tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year, I don't know why, but it was great. They instead of them abating it, they sent me a check for like $1,250.
Oh, cool.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I slipped that down in there, put it in my pocket.
"That's
Hey,
for
Julie, I got to go out. I got to buy something. But
No
Hey,
motorcycles.
Cash, before we take our break,
Oh, yeah. We got a break coming up.
got a little shout out you want to give to our sponsor?
Yes. We got pins. You've heard of pins, right?
go on.
It's like an arcade down in Kingston. You can go
Oh,
bowling
yeah.
and all that
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they hooked us up. They are a very good sponsor of ours for this
Kings.
podcast.
Kings?
Pins. Yeah, it's kind of like Kings.
Oh, all right.
But
there
it's a
we
South
go,
Shore
yeah.
thing.
Oh, okay.
And Milford thing. And yeah, they hooked us up. So here, shout out to Pins. Here's our sweet ad. The Veteran Project is sponsored by Pins. Thank you so much to Pins for giving our veterans a complimentary gift certificate to Pins in Kingston or Milford, Massachusetts. Also, be sure to check out Pins in Milford with their newly renovated recreation room with 3 bays of champion axe throwing and 4 new bays for darts with self-scoring system. For more information, visit pins.com. That is PINZ.com. All right, so with that being said, I want you all to tune in next week for part 2 with Johnny Spags.
Johnny Cash, another episode in the books. That's it for today, but the journey doesn't end here. Every veteran has a story, and every story deserves to be heard. If you're a veteran with a message, a challenge, or a triumph to share, we want you to join us.
Your experience matters to us, and together we can inspire others and remind the world what resilience truly looks like. Until next time, stay strong, stay connected, and remember, you're never alone in this fight. We'll see you on the next episode.
Cool.
The Veteran Project. 4 vets, 5 vets.
We are not responsible for any trauma, PTSD, tinnitus, or flashbacks during this podcast.